Before we get started, I just have to say thank you to our platinum partners, IBM and Keylight. And without further ado, our first session is presented by the next big thing, and it's called How to Build an IoT Startup in 4 Months, a quick guide by Venture Studio, with our speaker, Anita Dordic. She's the Entrepreneur in Residence Program Lead at Venture Studio. Anita, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Okay, oh. Now, if someone was sleeping, you're not sleeping anymore, at least. So, hi everyone. My name is Anita Dordic, and I will try to explain to you in the next 20 minutes how next big thing is building IoT startups in only 4 months. So, to start with, when a founder wants to start something new, usually they will start by saying something like, I have an idea. But instead, what they should be saying is, I have a problem. So we want to always start with the problems. Yeah, sounds maybe negative, but it's not. Ideas are those amazing things that make our brain juices flow, that make us tingly and all excited. But we do want to go down and we want to define the problem really well. So now the question is, how someone can actually be innovative. We can say this person can be creative, innovative, understand the market, and then let's say the truth lies in the intersection of all of those. Understanding the problem and matching it with your ideas, I would say, is definitely the first step. Innovation as a theory is bringing a positive change, but not every positive change is considered innovation. On that note, we have until your users, your customers, start using your innovation. This is called invention. So, quick question, invention or innovation? It must be innovation, right? You saw it on the streets all the time. So, to go a bit deeper into innovation theory, there are 4 different types of innovation. To start with the first one, incremental innovation means we are using existing technology in the existing market. I would say market of the smartphones is a typical example of this. The second one, disruptive innovation. New technology, existing market. Disruptive innovation is very often associated with new technology, new processes, new business models. When Amazon started 25 years ago almost, I think maybe even longer, I'm not sure. They actually disrupted bookshops market. The next one, architectural innovation. Architectural innovation means we are using our segment expertise to leverage and create the innovation. Giants like Google, Amazon are extremely well in doing architectural innovation. They're just expanding to the new markets constantly by using existing technology. And the last one, the most difficult one and the most rare one, is the radical innovation. Radical means, of course, new technology, new market. That would mean that we are creating something completely new. So, for example, I don't know, like we have orbiting sensors around our heads, measuring our movement, temperature, when someone gets too close to us, because in Germany that's like, you know, you need to stay back a bit. So for example, that could be, let's say, radical innovation. So we can innovate on a different levels as well. We can innovate on a product level, on the process level, on the customer engagement level. There are actually so many ways how we can introduce innovation in the organization. And now the question is, how exactly Next Big Thing is doing this innovation? How are we building those IoT startups? Next Big Thing is a machine economy venture studio. We design IoT, machine learning, and blockchain solutions. We sit somewhere between accelerators and incubators, meaning we provide capital, but we also provide vast services to our startups. What we like the most, and when a founder comes to us with an interesting problem / idea, and then together with the founder, we are building solution. So what I always like to really enhance is that with us, someone really gets a team of 40 to 50 people who are building startups together with you. So how exactly are we doing that? So, surprise, surprise, we start with a problem. Okay, so we want to understand the problem, and how are we doing that? First is we conduct very deep research. Secondary research is kind of our first step, mapping the whole ecosystem where this idea or problem is lying. We want to understand how big is the market size. We want to understand what competitors are out there. We are trying to define, in this step, we do not go into the solution space, but we do need to draft some kind of concept, because we need to create some kind, let's say, hypothesis that we will test in the next steps. I will talk about it later. The next step is primary research, or more known as a customer discovery. There are many methods that you can use to actually test your problems/ideas. We decided to go with an interview as a method, and how we do it actually. We conduct 5 to 7 interviews per segment group. And when I say segment group, I mean the customers and stakeholders we identify in the previous step. We conduct those interviews with them. Usually, those are kind of open interviews with very open-end questions. They talk to us, and then in the next step, when we are analyzing the interviews, we are trying to find what are the problems. We don't want to assume that customer is having certain problem. We want to hear that from them. While this step is extremely important, because this is input for our third step, which is the prototyping. Before we move on into prototyping, we will go back and map our customer journey map. We will very clearly understand our personas, who are the users, who are the buyers, and also through those interviews, hopefully we will get very clear kind of pain points. And based on those pain points, we will create our first features that we want to have as part of the MVP solution. The prototyping is an iterative process. It doesn't mean you create a first draft and voila, you are done, you move on to the product development. No. In this process, we usually would go back to the customers, stakeholders we talked to already, and we want to include them in the whole process of creating this prototype, having this kind of customer-centric approach all the way. One of the methods I really, really like, so if we have here product people, if you are even not in the product field, this is something super useful to introduce in your organizations. It's called the product field. And basically, this is just a way how to map everything that has to do with the product. Product field has 4 parts. On one side, we have an idea, value, resources, and market. Usually, you would fill this canvas together with your team. Once you filled it out, the team should understand whether you are using technology push or market pull forces. This comes down to our innovations from the previous slides. It's really to understand on what skills or strengths of your organization you are leveraging on. And then actually the last step is prioritize when it comes to the product development, what will be the first activity you need to make sure you are doing. The next step is go-to-market strategy. So next big thing is building B2B solutions. So our go-to-market strategy is, I would say, slightly different than maybe some consumer goods go-to-market strategy. But what is important, if you are into B2B space, you need to position yourself as an expert. You need to position your startup, which means how can you do it? Attend conferences like this one maybe, write content, really, you know, the hashtag content is the king, really it is like this. We will also try to understand how the sales process would look like. Again, if you are in the B2B space, there is a high chance that the sales process will be very long. Then the question is, can you get in touch with your customer in a maybe different alternative way? Can you offer them partnerships? What kind of partnerships? What kind of channels can you actually use to leverage, again, your skills? And the last step, crunching some numbers. Crunching some numbers in the sense of we want to see financial projection for the next 3 to 5 years, creating P&L statement, cash flow, sales forecast. Questions like, what kind of pricing model are you use? Is your product scalable enough? Are you offering upselling possibilities? I would say these are all super important questions helping you to fill out your financial statements. So, this is how the whole process looks like altogether. Once we are done with those 5 steps, usually for us comes the question, yes, do we want to continue with this idea, with this project? We found big enough market, we created innovative enough product, we can really bring, I would say, a positive change to this market. If we get the answer yes, then we are moving on finding a team, if we don't have one already, founding a company, and providing the first investment to this startup. So next big thing as a venture studio is offering venture building expertise, innovations, flexible and scalable deployment. But the best thing about the next big thing and IoT solutions is that we offer off-the-shelf IoT solutions. So if you do want to build or you are thinking about building something in the IoT space, I would definitely recommend find our stand. It's on the first floor, somewhere in the corner, somewhere left on the corner, and come and talk to us. So what are we actually looking for? We are looking for industry experts, people with, I would say, deep understanding of the industry. Usually it's not easy to disrupt, I would say, those very old traditional industries like Industry 4.0 industries, manufacturing, automation. You do need to have a bit of experience in the field. We are also always interested in looking for strategic partners with whom we can actually disrupt specific industry. To get an idea what kind of use cases we are developing and we are maybe or potentially interested in are in the space of track and trace, tracking of vehicles, goods, chemicals, arts, predictive maintenance solutions, measuring different vibration accelerations, condition monitoring like temperature, humidity, air quality, accelerometer. So, and as a, let's say, conclusion, we at NBT believe that machine economy belongs to the present. And if you want to be part of this evolution and build smart B2B IoT solutions that are already shaping and changing manufacturing and Industry 4.0, get in touch with us. So you can actually connect with me by scanning the QR code and just drop a line and say hi. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yeah. Thank you so much. That was super, you're like super to the point that we still have some time for questions. Wow, that's such a full room.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for Anita? Please don't be shy.
Yeah, we have a question there.
Maybe get up and we can hear you.
What I'm wondering is, you mentioned that you start by exploring the problem space first. How would one apply to be accelerated or to co-found with your company?
Sorry, how?
How would you apply to co-found with the next big thing? Because you start by looking for the problem first.
Yeah, so maybe just to clarify one thing, the problems come to us from different angles. It can be from a, let's say, founder or a research. As I mentioned, like, to find a really good problem, it's not easy. Usually, people come to us with ideas. And then, this is how usually it goes. People come with an idea, and then we are working one-on-one with our founders and trying to, flip the idea into problem and really see, are we solving that problem with that proposed idea, or we have to pivot immediately? Okay. We have a question here. Please.
Can you tell us something about the range of investment you will give to the founders for the first month?
Yeah. So, as a venture studio, as I mentioned earlier, we provide services and capital investments. When we accept a founder into, first of all, our EIR program, which is kind of summarizing those 5 steps, the founder gets salary from us from the day one they come and work with us. if we decide to found a company, we offer 3 investment rounds and up till 4,000 service hours. Because in-house, we have a software team, we have a hardware team who are actually supporting and helping founder to build the solution. In the nutshell, we provide up till 625K investment, divided in those 3 rounds, and up to 4,000 service hours.
Anyone else? We still have a bit of time.
We have a question there.
How much equity do you require for these investments? So how much percent of the company?
Yeah, it depends on the, so the question was how much equity. Depends on the case, actually. I would not say, depending in which stage company comes to us. So there is no straightforward answer to this. And this is always a matter of negotiations, to be honest.
Any more questions? It's super, we can fit in so many. I thought we would have more
We have a
time.
question there.
You're way better than me then, spotting the people.
At the beginning you said something also about AI, so is your accelerator incubator only for IoT solutions or like open for any kind of?
Yeah. So we have 3 major segments that we are interested in. IoT, machine learning, and blockchain. Definitely our, I would say, biggest strength lies in IoT, but we do accept ideas who are also in, let's say, machine learning, AI space, or blockchain. I mean, blockchain is now such a big topic that, yeah, so we are also interested in those ideas.
All right, time for one last question.
Okay, I think.
No more? If no more questions, I mean, I'm sure also you can meet Anita again at your stand. Thank you so much, and yeah, for kicking off the day with us. And yeah, see you later.
Thank you, everyone.